What is up, everybody? Adam Kalish from Media Buyer Academy here. And before we hop into the full day in the life of a media buyer, I wanted to first come on and show you a little bit of the benefits of being a media buyer. So as you can see, I'm sitting on my couch Thursday at 1 p.m. and it's because media buyers usually work remote. So you have time freedom, you have flexible schedules, you could be at home like this. So that's something that is a huge benefit that a lot of people like. And also I want to note the fact that I'm currently actually in Vancouver, Canada, while still working in the United States. So for all of you guys that want to work abroad while still make that US dollar, this is a great career as well because you can do that. So without further ado, I wanted to give you a little background about that. We're going to hop right into the full day in the life of a media buyer. See you there. Hey, it's Adam Kalish, co-founder of Media Buyer Academy, where we help people just like you transition into remote, six-figure media buyer roles. And today, I want to cover some of the most commonly asked questions, which all center around what does the day-to-day life of a media buyer look like? Like what kind of hours? What am I doing during that time? What am I not doing? How fast-paced or stressful it is, and so forth. And today, I'm going to cover and break down all of that. How I'm going to structure today's video is I'm going to first go over what exactly a media buyer does, so I could then explain what you do and do not do, then get into all the other details. Okay, so let's get into it. So marketing in general, to put it in a nutshell, is all about getting the right messaging about a product in front of people who can buy that product at a good cost. An example of this is if you're selling a baby product, like a pacifier, for example, you need to get messaging about how your pacifier is superior to other pacifiers in front of the parents who have a child that is less than a year old or so. So there are a few people involved in this whole process. There is the person who actually creates the image or video to grab people's attention, right? You see hundreds of ads a day, but only pay attention to a few because only a few cut through the noise and grab your attention. This image or video is called the creative. As a media buyer, you are not responsible for making this. Someone else on the team is. Then you have the words on the ads that are aimed at convincing the person on the other side that your product is better than the competition's. Those words are called copy and are written by someone called a copywriter. Again, as a media buyer, you do not need to write this copy. Finally, there is the person responsible for getting that product in front of the ideal client pool, or ICP, which is the group of people who actually buy that product. This is super important because you could have the best copy and creative for a pacifier ever, but if you put the ad in front of people without kids, you're going to get no sales because those people are not ideal prospects. This is the job of a media buyer, and this is what you would do. Now, a media buyer is someone who buys space on a popular channel, i.e. buying media, hence the term media buyer. This could technically be anywhere: billboards, radio, newspapers, cable, magazines, and so forth. And those platforms I mentioned are what traditional media buyers do. However, in today's world, the younger, more in-demand prospects are not reading magazines or newspapers or watching cable or listening to the radio. They're on social media. So that's why at Media Buyer Academy, we focus on teaching you how to run ads on those social media platforms. This is an important distinction for when you're doing your own research, by the way. You cannot just search for media buyer roles because you will most likely find roles for newspaper, cable, and radio media buying, which are much lower paying than social media buying. So you need to search for paid social ads, digital marketing, digital media buying, and so forth. So given that you're responsible for getting the ads in front of the right people, most of what you're doing is audience research. This comes in the form of 1, researching interests, behaviors, etc. of the people you are looking to target. Secondly, it involves a lot of reading data. Because in today's world, we can measure the engagement with our ads and website visitors with things such as pixels. This is also one of the things that makes modern social media buyers so valuable to companies, is that ability to make highly informed decisions based off data. Whereas more traditional advertising was a lot of guessing. If you saw a cable ad and then went into a store and purchased, the company had no idea that you saw that ad. Today, because you can click on a social media ad and buy from their website, we can directly attribute buyer behavior. This was an old saying: I know I'm wasting half my marketing budget. The problem is I don't know which half. and modern media buying solves that. So therefore, a lot of what you do day to day is reading data in Ads Manager and using that to create highly targeted audiences from things like link clicks, web page visits, and lookalikes of those. From there, it's budget management, meaning you properly allocate the budget to what's working and away from what's not working. This may sound daunting, but once you learn the framework, it's very doable. From there, it's just participating in team meetings. As the person in charge of firsthand seeing what people click on and don't click on, you will provide key insights to the rest of the team, such as the copywriter and creative producer, allowing them to improve their respective parts of each campaign. Now, in terms of lifestyle, media buying is not a fast-paced job, meaning it's not like things need to get done now, unless you're a procrastinator and put things off. Whenever you launch a campaign, you need to give it sufficient time for it to run, gather data, and for the algorithms to optimize. So once again, as long as you're not a procrastinator and are ahead of things, this allows a lot of flexibility in terms of lifestyle. This is the type of schedule I dreamed about while in college, having a flexible schedule so I can still have a life outside of work while also earning a very high income. So in terms of the traits and characteristics to succeed, once again, you should be someone who is proactive with their work, not a procrastinator. You should be self-motivated, not someone who needs to be yelled at constantly. You need to be someone disciplined with their emotions, not someone who panics and ignores the data. You make decisions based on the data, not your gut. This is the real key to success as a media buyer. Most people simply cannot do that. They cannot look at trends and big picture, instead go off their gut and panic at one little blip. As long as you can remain disciplined and always trust the data with the correct frameworks we teach, or that you can learn somewhere else, you'll be fine. You have time to read that data, so as long as you don't procrastinate again, so don't rush. While it's not fast-paced, it's super important you get things right, because when you are right, the company makes a lot of money, but when you're wrong, it loses. So just stay on top of your work and be disciplined with the data, and you'll have long-term success in this career. And finally, in terms of technical knowledge, you need some basic math skills, mostly when it comes to reading trends, basic multiplication and division, not algebra or calculus or anything that complicated. You don't need any coding knowledge either, and we teach you how to use all the software platforms, which are super straightforward. So if you are interested in learning more about this, feel free to click the link below, and apply to see if you qualify to book a call with our team. For those who do qualify, we offer a free one-on-one consultation with our team. This is not a sales call. It's just simply a call to answer all your questions and get you clear on what we do. From there, if you are still interested and know what you're doing, you can hop on another call with an enrollment advisor to discuss getting started. If you join, we take care of everything for you, learning the information, getting experience through our internship program, and then connect you right with opportunities once you pass our certification. To learn more, just apply below. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this, please hit the like button, subscribe, and with all that said, I hope to see you soon. See ya.